When's lunch? When's lunch? When's lunch? Oh no.
Welcome to When's Lunch. I'm Spencer.
I'm Madison.
And we have a special guest today with us.
Hi.
You may know her from Jumanji 1. You may know her from Jumanji 2. You may know her from Annabelle. The list goes on and on. You may know her because she's my girlfriend. We have Madison Iseman. Give it up for Madison Iseman.
Yes!
Hi,
I should
thank
put my
you.
coffee on and clapped.
Woo!
My name is Madison Iseman. I am all of those things.
Man, we've been super... This is our first guest that we've ever had in this podcast.
That's true.
And
it's very exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting to have a guest.
I don't know if you can see it, but I'm drinking coffee out of the Annabelle 3.
Well, I was going to say
Coffee
these all represent our favorite movies and shows.
Right.
The Office for Spencer.
I have Prison Mike from The Office.
Dude, Prison Mike.
Harry Potter for me.
Gryffindor.
And Matheson loves Annabelle.
Annabelle, I can hardly... I watch it every night. That's not true.
That's weird.
You're terrified of it. Madison.
Yeah.
We're very excited to have you on. Like I said, you are our first guest
Thank you.
ever. You should feel honored.
I do.
Do you guys remember when we were at the Annabelle 3 premiere?
Uh-huh.
How there was essentially one person in the theater screaming the whole time? And it was me.
Yeah, I do remember that, actually.
I don't.
You don't remember that?
No.
I don't. There was a couple of times when Spencer looked down the row, and it's just.
Because I could hear you going, oh, God.
I
Yeah.
didn't think it was... I can't say that, really.
Yeah, you have an incredibly biased opinion.
It was terrifying.
I always wanted to work in a scary movie, and because I love horror films, and I really wanted it to be the most terrifying experience of my life.
Watching it?
Doing it.
So you thought filming a horror movie would be scary?
Yes.
And
It wasn't okay. There were weird things that happened, but it wasn't. I wasn't as scared as I wanted to be in the process of actually filming the scenes and doing what we're doing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Was there any parts that were actually scary?
Just like weird things that happened.
Ooh, tell the story about the priest.
The priest.
Yeah.
Oh, just how we got
Wrong
blessed?
story.
Yeah. Priest. A rabbi.
Can you put this down for me because I'm struggling. Oh God. Okay. The priest. Well, we got blessed on
Whoa.
set. Is that what you're talking
for real?
about?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So
talking
before
about.
we started,
I didn't know this.
they do set blessings before
Okay.
every movie in the Conjuring series, and so
Why do they do set blessings?
because on the Conjuring 1, they had a weird thing that happened with Vera. There's a couple rumors that went around on set, but apparently
Ghostly things.
yeah, she woke up with scratches on her, and everyone's clocks were stopped working at I think it was 3:14 in the morning.
Like the movie?
Yes, that
Oh
was the
my
whole thing.
God.
So after that, they started doing set blessings. So we had
like
a
that.
priest come, and he blessed the set in the artifact room, if you know where that is.
Yes.
It will not that you know where it is, but
Excuse me. Let me just leave. No peons allowed on the set.
and then the priest pulled me, Katie, and McKenna aside and blessed
McKenna?
us,
Sorry.
the little one,
Oh, okay.
who's an extreme talent. And then Katie played my best friend and pulled us aside, sprayed holy water on us, and gave us
Spray bottle
rosaries.
style?
With,
Did it say holy water on the bottle?
no, it was in a little vial.
Brand.
Whoa.
So this is
Could have
legit.
just been
Wow.
from the bathroom at Warner Brothers.
Something tells me that's not from the bathroom. Something tells me it's they have to. If
I
it's a
think
priest,
so,
they
yeah.
get it ordered from.
Where was the priest from? Did he say?
I think California.
Just
But he
from-
went. He met the Pope and got us rosaries from the Pope that I still have in my car.
That's legit.
Because there's another story, probably my scariest
Tell it.
Annabelle
Oh,
story.
This is
So
exciting.
one night I was working super late, got off at 1 or 2, and I got to my dressing room. We were done, and all of a sudden, my lights just wouldn't turn on. And when I was trying to go in and get dressed, and I'm like, this is weird because all the lights are on in every other part of the building. So it wouldn't turn on. I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna go get dressed in the dark. So got dressed. As I was leaving, my lights just randomly turned back on.
Nope.
And then that was weird. So then I went to my car. I was really freaked out. And
I just want to take a pause and say,
can you even hear this story?
There's a serious helicopter.
I just want to say, having. Just give it a second.
That's our friend.
It's so loud.
Having the world's #1 exclusive balcony podcast is
That's true.
bound to happen. If you didn't know, we are
comes with
the
its
only.
caveats.
If you didn't know, we're the only podcast that
It's true.
takes place on a balcony. So
We've checked. We've rigorously checked.
Really?
yeah, it's a scientific fact.
Absolutely.
Cool.
It's a fact. Anyway,
100%
back to your terrifying story.
Yes. So lights turned on.
Okay.
Dun dun dun. I walk down to my car. I am scared. I get in the car. I'm like, ooh, I should listen to some uplifting music. I don't have service, where I normally have service every single time I get in my car. And I'm like, that's weird. So I'm just going to go drive home in quiet. So I'm on the road, and I have a new car.
That's the biggest nightmare, driving in the quiet. This nightmare right there.
So I'm on the road, and my
Sorry, just like not looking at the road.
Just a psychopath driving with no music. Sorry.
my car has like a beep 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 if you're gonna hit something.
Like a
Oh, okay.
side sensor.
It has two versions. It has like beep
Like,
beep
it's like it has a
beep.
horn. It's like no way.
Yeah, it
It has a
honks.
regular horn and a steering wheel. It's great.
It has like a beep beep. If
Okay.
you're gonna maybe hit something, then it
Yeah.
has like a beep beep beep, like
Oh, if it gets
get
closer.
the fuck out of the road.
yeah.
And it started freaking out like in the middle of the road. There's no one around me. It starts going like beep beep beep, beep, beep. So then I closed my eyes. Well, I didn't close my eyes because I was driving.
I closed my eyes and drove off the
But
road.
Florida.
I started praying, and as soon as I said amen, my music turned on and it stopped.
Shut up. Are you serious?
No, I'm literally.
I got this.
You must have remembered
I got
that
this phone
night.
call of this chilling and then she kind of described me. She's like, "I'll tell you when I get home." It was pretty intense.
It was
So
really
that's all.
scary.
This is real.
Yeah, and that was probably the scariest thing that happened while we were filming.
Okay, but like you know how when I'm 100% guilty of this, like being hyperbolic when I tell stories, but like actually, as soon as you said amen, everything.
Literally, I'm not kidding. And I'm not even like I don't really believe too much in the supernatural and like
Yeah.
weird stuff because
You do now?
Well, but even now, like it scares me, so I just don't talk about it. Like I don't like to talk about it. I don't give it energy or whatever.
I know.
So I mean, you guys know whenever
I
you start
don't know.
talking about it, I get really mad
You're
at
like,
you.
no.
I'm like, stop it. So
Well, my next
yeah.
question was going to be if we all believe in ghosts, but we don't have to talk about it if you don't.
No,
want
we
to.
can talk about it. Whatever.
I actually have a question. Do you think that instance in the car?
I'm drinking your coffee. Where's my coffee?
No, you're not Prison Mike.
Okay.
Cooties.
You're Harry.
I want my Gryffindor one.
We'll cut that out. It's fine. It's fine.
I can't. No one can see us accidentally drinking our coffee.
My question for you is that instance on the road where you thought you were being haunted. Did that give you goosebumps?
Okay, dude.
How long were you waiting to tell that joke?
I just thought of it actually.
Madison was in Goosebumps 2.
Haunted Halloween.
Haunted Halloween.
Wait, is there a number or is it just Goosebumps Haunted Halloween?
Actually, they might have gotten rid of the 2. I don't remember.
think it was ju-
I think it is Goosebumps.
I think it's
Haunted
Goosebumps
Halloween.
too. I think I
Is
saw
Okay.
it on
I have to go look.
iTunes. The other
Honestly,
night.
that movie went through so many name changes before they finally.
Titanic 2.
Exactly.
Forrest
it's-
Gump
it-
prequel.
So
That makes sense. How much did you get paid for that? I'm kidding.
I was ready. Okay,
so
so
my question is
$4.
how much money?
what's your address?
Go ahead.
We leaked Spencer's address yesterday. Or not yesterday, whenever that was.
Yeah. It's the
Weeks
White
ago.
House.
The White House.
Oh.
123 White House. I just want to know if we believe in ghosts. Real talk.
Okay, I've answered this question a lot.
Oh, sorry. I get interviewed a lot.
No,
so
I didn't mean that. I just like have my answer ready because I
Okay.
get asked it a lot. Is what I meant.
All right.
I being of a faithful person,
Okay.
I think if you believe in a good energy,
Mm-hmm.
there is also bad energy, and you can't really not believe in that.
Right.
But I choose
This is a
to
good
not
answer.
think of it, and I choose not to give it any attention. But
Okay.
I believe there is a good energy, so there has to be a bad energy as well.
That makes a lot of sense. That's
a really
actually
cool answer.
yeah, that's a great answer. I think that if you're just a spiritual person in general, giving stuff power is such a real thing. So if you don't
You're
talk
still
about
giving
it,
power to something you can't see.
right? If you don't talk about it, then maybe it won't be.
Well, that's just like the whole manifestation thing. Well, I think everyone thinks it.
Manifesting is real.
Right, absolutely. That's why we can't make Corona jokes.
Yeah, right.
Because we're,
I've made a lot of them though, and that's happening.
playing a
I feel
scary
like
game.
we are in a horror movie ourselves.
We
right
kind
now.
of are.
We're in 28 Days Later or Contagion. Except that if it's only 28 days, I will be happy.
I would love if it was 28 days.
Yeah, and it's been how many? 12? It's
been like
11, 10?
Well, it depends
been
on when
like-
you start counting.
A week and a half probably.
If you count China, then
China.
I'm gonna count when the Troubadour show got canceled because that's when it really
That
started
was the
happening.
first like day where they were like, "Hey, here
Yeah.
we have a
well,
thing."
that
now.
was Tom Hanks. It was Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I keep messing up
Tom
all
Cruise.
the Toms. I think I said Tom Cruise once.
You
Tom
did.
Hanks came. He came out. He
with his wife.
he he told the world he had coronavirus
Right.
the
Yeah.
night before.
Right.
And I swear, when he did it, that was
Ugh.
when the world went into lockdown.
Was it the day before too when they canceled the NBA and stuff too? Or
Yeah.
Probably. I don't follow
yeah.
sports.
Everything
but
was the Utah Jazz players, Tom Hanks, and someone else all on the same day, and it was like that evening before because we were cooking dinner and like taking it easy for the next
Yeah.
day. And I remember like we were out on the patio with my parents, and they kind of like read through the stuff, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's not great."
Right.
And that was when I kind of knew it was gonna be a thing. Because before that, I was like, "It's just gonna be like a weird like swine flu thing," but it's
Yeah.
clearly much bigger than that.
Yeah.
Did you see what that
It's
Utah
contagious.
player? Did you see what that Jazz player did? But like, because they came out that there was like maybe a player that has it. Did you see this?
No.
Okay, so it came out. They didn't name the player, but they said like a Utah Jazz player has coronavirus, and then everyone was suspicious that it was this player, Rudy Gobert, who ends up
and it
having
was.
it. So, but maybe he didn't know he had it.
Oh, he
maybe,
touched the mics?
Yeah, he like was in the press conference and like got pretty mad because everyone was like, "Yeah, is it you that has it?" And he just got like really ticked off about it, and then like stormed off. And then he stormed off, and then came back in and like touched all
licked
the mics
and touched the mics,
and like
yeah.
touched everything. And then he has it, and then
They
like,
threw the stuff away. I'm guessing, right?
I hope so.
Well, at that
Yeah.
point, did they even know how like severe it was?
Probably.
I think that was when it started. Everyone started realizing that because then like two other players on the team got it, and
Do you think they got it from that?
I mean, maybe who knows?
Question for both you guys.
Okay, answer for you.
Okay, so say you're going to be in some sort of apocalypse. Would you rather be in a zombie apocalypse? Would you rather be in a contagion apocalypse, kind of like what we're in now, but like way more intense, where you can't go outside or you will get sick? Or would you rather be in like a war zone apocalypse?
Not zombies.
Oh, they all suck.
You gotta choose though.
I think Contagion.
Well, you didn't choose yet. Okay.
You choose contagion. What do you choose?
Yeah, probably Contagion.
You know what I choose? I choose
Zombies.
zombie for
Zombies.
sure.
I mean, there'd be.
I have this weird fascination of just like wanting to Walking Dead, live it, and
Because
just
you watch Zombieland and you're like, oh, I can do this.
right. That's 100%.
There would be some level of fun to zombie one because let's just say that like the way that zombie movies are is how it would be. Just
Well, that's my
hypothetically.
thing. Like, what if they're super fast?
Right.
Can like
Like
spit
World War Z
venom?
zombies.
like I Am Legend zombies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Woo.
Ugh, that movie.
And,
Okay,
then
that-
you have to
Rewatch that.
kill your dog at the end.
That would be really awful to have that kind of thing. But I don't know. Definitely not the war one. That's just like
no words. That would really not be great.
And that's like it still could happen. I feel like
all three could happen.
I'm-
You have a chance of getting bit by a mosquito in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Jumanji 1.
Did you like that? Was that good?
That was great.
good
You've had two
Yeah.
solid movie jokes.
Thank you. I've had a lot of time to think about it. Some of my favorite movies. Would you like to tell us what it was like filming the first Jumanji, and
sure.
how was the release of the first Jumanji, and how did that impact your life?
It's a whole lot of information.
Yeah.
I have a question after that.
Okay. Where should I start?
How was it filming the first Jumanji? The table read, everything.
Okay, that's a fun story.
Yeah.
So I booked it, and it was one of those like really crazy things. Like I had no idea what it was, even that I booked. Like just what it.
Side note, I remember when you booked that. We were at a coffee shop together.
Yes.
And you got the call, and you got very
guys.
excited But you weren't like the most excited I'd seen you. You got more excited over smaller things, but I don't think you realized what it was
No,
going
I
to
had
be.
no idea.
And I did because I had seen the first Jumanji.
Well, and you also, so I didn't even look at the already cast list. They sometimes send in like the emails and stuff along with your stuff. So I didn't see that The Rock was in it. I didn't see the names that were a part of it. But so I think that was a big part of it. I was like, oh, cool. And I had never read the script, so I had no idea what I was even doing. There were like all these small things, but so I booked it. They flew us out to Hawaii for all the pre-production and the table read. And at the time, Sir Darius and I were the only two who were cast. He plays Fridge. And
his name is Sir Darius?
Sir Darius. It's not S-I-R. It's like
S-E-R.
S-E-R. Sir Darius.
Sounds cool as it sounds.
No.
But it is so
cool. That's mean.
But like Sir
Darius. So we were
That's great. I
we were
didn't
the
know
only
that.
two kids cast.
Yeah.
So we come in for the table read. And they have like a giant table with like your names laid out. And my name is seated in between Jack Black and The Rock. So I was like, oh
This is how
my
you
God.
find out?
Yeah.
Like that they were in the movie?
No, like I knew by
knew
then.
about it?
I knew
Okay.
by then. But I did not know I was going to be like seated in between them.
That's
And
rough.
table reads are
That is really rough.
terrifying. You're sitting at a table and there's like a sea of executives just watching you.
And at a table read, it's hard to act and be funny because you're seated at a table, right?
and reading off a page, and
Yeah.
you can get fired.
Really? At a table
Oh,
read?
I know
You get
plenty
recasted,
of
yeah.
people who get recasted from table reads.
Wild.
So the whole time I'm like, please God, someone laugh at my jokes. So I was like, hi, Mr. Rock, nice to meet you.
Mr. Rock.
I don't know what I said, but I just remember
What
like
do you call him? Like,
Dwayne Johnson.
What do you, have
don't
you ever
know,
been,
though.
Have you ever been in a situation where you had to be like, "Hi, Dwayne"?
A lot of people call him DJ on set, so that's kind of the nickname that I had.
Cool.
DJ.
Because
Okay.
DJ. That's what everyone called him.
It's like when she worked with Billy Ray Cyrus, it was BRC.
BRC, yeah,
Everybody has like a
BRC.
little like.
little tag. So I adopted that from other people.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to be like The
Okay.
Rock, sir.
hello, Rock.
Hi, Rock. Anyways, it's a terrifying table read
Yeah.
because we were the first to speak and people laughed. Thank God.
Oh, that's good.
So didn't
Amazing.
get
I'm
fired.
nervous for you, and this has happened a
Didn't
long
get
time
fired.
ago.
Successful.
That's great.
And then we went home for like 4 months because they filmed the rest of the movie, and we filmed our stuff last, which was really
Oh, really?
weird.
They did in the opposite order?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So then it was our turn, and it was really cool because we got to do like a bunch of one-on-one work with the main actors as well. So like everyone was on the same page, but after 4 months, you're like, oh, who's Bethany? Like, what do I do again? So Jake, our director, let us watch a bunch of their footage,
Cool.
so we could all be on the same page while we were filming, which was really cool. And then yeah, it took a year, 6 months-ish, year-ish to come out. And, well, I think it was
so
going to
long.
be
That's
6
wild.
months, and then they pushed it to Christmas. It was supposed to be a summer release, but they liked it so much, they're like, no, Christmas. So,
Thank God it was a great time to release it.
yeah.
Made
Well, that was the biggest movie for such a long time.
It made literally over $1 billion.
No, we were, I think, we're us after Titanic. We were the number one movie to stay in the number one spot for 2 months, or it was a really long time we stayed number one. But I think
The fact
Titanic
that you're
was first,
saying
we were
Titanic
second.
like in the same sentence
I know.
is just like really crazy.
Madison, out of that 1 billion, how much did you see? I'm just kidding.
$4.
Yeah, that was a raise. She got $4 for that.
$4.
I would absolutely do Jumanji 3 for $4.
Me too. But yeah, it blew up and it was really crazy because no one expected it. We thought it was
It
funny.
was truly a
but
great movie.
Would you say that's when you first became famous?
What is fame?
Or do you think it was before that? Well, I mean, just when you're
that was the first thing I was ever fully known for.
where people will be like, oh, it literally happened the other day, where people say, "Hey,
Yes.
were you in Jumanji?"
And it is
Right.
still the number one thing I am known for sure.
That's great.
Yeah. And so all that happened and it was really exciting and it did wonders for my career, which I'm forever thankful for.
And then you did the second one.
And then we did the second one. We got the call for the second one. And that was a weird table read as well because they gave us the script 24 hours in advance. and we had like one chance to read it, and I found out I turned into a horse, and we had to go in and do the table read, and all of a sudden The Rock is doing Danny DeVito impressions, and it was really strange,
man.
but it was really cool.
Yeah, you described it to me, and I was really confused. But then when I saw it, I wasn't confused. I think it worked out really well.
Yeah.
So did you get a pay bump for the second one, or
I got a downgrade.
I get paid less for the second? $2.
Let me start that question over.
Lee, how I. Woof.
Did you and Jack Black have a relationship on set because you turned into him?
Good question.
Yeah,
Or
I mean, well, it was weird because we
versa.
technically did not work together,
Right.
but all the time before, we got to spend a lot of time together and work, and then in between the two movies, we did another movie together, Goosebumps 2.
really?
That is so
Yeah, that's
crazy.
right.
Yeah.
That is really wild.
That is really weird.
Yeah, it was really fun. At first, they weren't sure if they were going to cast me because they were like, oh, well, that might be weird having them together when they
Yeah.
literally share the same character. But I was like, actually, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. You guys probably have chemistry and stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun to actually be able to work together
Yeah.
on screen versus just like at coffee
Right.
going over the script. But yeah, he's a very, very cool dude.
I love Tenacious D. Those dudes destroy me.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
I want to say too, that's like one of his like favorite things he's ever done because my brother
Tenacious
got
D
to meet
or the
him.
movie?
Tenacious D
Oh, okay.
and the movie, just the whole everything Tenacious D. Because my brother met him at the Jumanji premiere, said the same thing, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh my gosh!" He's like, "Thank you, that's my favorite."
I think
Yeah.
he wanted to, before he was a comedian and actor. I think music was like the first love of his.
I think so, too.
From what I
Oh, yeah.
remember, at least. School of Rock was like my first
Dude.
Yeah.
first Jack
Oh
Black.
my lord.
So good.
Yeah.
Rock.
You know what's
Alright.
crazy? That's when I knew I wanted to be a singer, or just in music, is because after we would go see movies as a group of friends, like 5 or 6 friends, and we would go see like sports movies, and we come back and everybody would want to play like we were on that team, or
Right,
adventure
yeah.
movies. We went to see School of Rock, and we came home, and I was like, dude, we got to start a band right now. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, that's weird. I remember this guy said, one of my friends said it was like geeky or something.
Really?
And I just remember I was the only one who wanted to do it, and I was super bummed out. But
Did you have a moment when you wanted to be a drummer?
I remember the first show I ever played. This is nostalgic road, big time. But it was my middle school band. We were called My Current Obsession.
just like My Chemical Romance kind of vibe.
No, we were pretty much only played Green Day songs.
That was my first band
Yeah,
too.
and we played our first show. It was a place called the Gauntlet, and
In your hometown?
in my hometown, it was like an after-school like hangout place.
Like a
If you
School of
didn't-
Rock place, yeah.
It wasn't made for music. Like they had video games there and stuff, but it was pretty much
YMCA?
just like
After school special?
pretty much. But it was
Where's lunch?
when's lunch?
When's lunch? When's lunch?
Where's lunch? We could have a section. We could have
Oh,
we
Madison.
could have a part of the show called "Where's Lunch."
Madison. When are you gonna learn?
I don't know.
But anyways, the Gauntlet.
I'm all thrown off now.
I know. When's lunch? Where's lunch?
The
Now I don't know.
Gauntlet.
It was just like a place like if you didn't know where to go after school, like if your parents get off work, then you could go there.
Latchkey.
What is latchkey?
You know what Latchkey is?
No.
Okay.
We
It
had
was
the
like the
YMCA.
after school thing at our school. That's what we called it. It was like if you're
Why
a
would
latchkey
we know
kid.
what your after
Because
school
they have it at
thing
every
is?
school.
Well, mine was the Gauntlet. So yours was latchkey apparently.
just
The
the
Gauntlet. I know, dude. Really rough. God, this is such a long-winded way of saying that they had this after-school thing, and then we booked a gig, and we rehearsed a bunch. And I remember playing the show, and like all of my friends showed up, and just like, and I just remember just loving that feeling of just like, I literally remember thinking to myself after I got done, I was like, I can do this for the rest of my life, like
That's so
100%.
cool.
Because I just loved. I loved playing like inherently, but then just like getting to perform for your friends and like
Yeah, in front of
just like
people.
the whole show vibe, like everything about it. Like I loved being in rehearsals. Who knows what the rehearsals were like when we were 12, but just like all of that, like the prep and then getting to do it, and then like
Totally.
afterwards, like my dad bought pizza for everybody and stuff,
Aw.
and I was like, yeah, we're eating pizza and like getting
Rock
done with the
and
show. Yeah, and there was girls there. I didn't know how
Ooh.
to talk to girls, but I still don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm working on it.
Madison, when did you know that you wanted to be an actress?
Ooh.
Or actor?
For me, it was Harry Potter.
Sorry.
I would, yeah. And I actually, like, I grew up reading the books, but it was definitely the movies that, like, totally...
Hermione or just everybody in general?
It was definitely Hermione. She was definitely the first girl I ever saw on a movie who, like, led a full movie and was freaking smart and, like, cool.
So cool.
And I think that was what drew me. I was like, oh my God, I'm like, that could be me. And then I remember I, like, asked my mom, I was like, can I be Hermione Granger? Like, how do I be Hermione Granger? And she was like, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I teach aerobics. And then through that, I think I just started loving just film and like you could just like make a story. And I've always loved reading too. I just always loved like telling stories. And then so my friends and I, we would recreate some of the scenes in Harry Potter, just like
you were headed.
in yes, every time. We would always do like the pumpkin juice scene where he I even forget exactly what it is, but we'd always do it because we could spit out pumpkin juice everywhere.
Great.
Yeah. And then from there, I got really into like video editing. So we would just take a bunch of videos and make short films. Like they're all scary.
Movies.
Yeah. Running around the house with like fake ketchup and they're so bad.
I will say it's pretty cool that you did get to do Annabelle. If you look back at your horror movies you made, it's
loved,
but it's like so like.
Well, I showed
circle.
everyone my scary movies on set of
Did you really?
Annabelle. Yeah,
That is pretty crazy.
director
That's like when
and-
you know it's like, oh my God, dude, this is crazy
Yeah.
that I got to make this blockbuster movie, but I used to want to.
I know.
I think I loved scary movies so much because it's like they're so. Well, I guess someone could argue with me saying they could be real, but in my head they're like so not real.
You like
but you
the-
can literally trick people into thinking it's real and happening.
Right.
And I was like, it's the ultimate trick.
I remember driving when I saw the first Conjuring. I saw it with my friend back in Ohio, and I was like almost too embarrassed with how scared I was, and we were like driving home, and we didn't say a single thing to each other, and we found out later that we were both like truly horrified, and we were just like driving like in silence.
Some scary movies.
Oh
the
my
first
God,
one
that
and the
got
second
me.
one.
Yeah.
That was me in Paranormal Activity.
Really?
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that ripped me apart.
Yeah, there's one scene from Paranormal Activity. I don't know which one it was.
It's like the one scene that is a scary part.
Is
at
it
the
the
end.
sheet?
Oh, that one.
I in my head I still see the sheet person.
That's 3, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, where they like have a babysitter. and then-
Yeah, it just like
Yeah,
that's
it's
I
really
see
rough.
it forever. That and a scene from Hereditary that scarred me for life. Have
Oh,
you
the
seen
one-
it?
Yeah, I've seen
Okay.
Hereditary.
When the headless, I think it's the mom, or I guess it's everyone, but like they're all bowing down to Alex with their head chopped off, and like
Oh,
It's really rough.
yeah.
for nights, I literally would like.
Remember
wake
when
up-
we watched that together?
Yeah, well, I would like wake up and I'd be like, I wouldn't look over the side of my bed because I was so scared there was gonna be a headless person bowing down.
Dude, it
next to
really
me.
that was a movie that scared me the most because I remember we watched it and we watched that first part. This is going to be a spoiler alert. And 3, 2, 1. That's how I do the spoiler alert, so nobody will. You know.
Yeah.
I already spoiled.
So we
sorry.
watched that first part where her head comes off.
Dude, that ruined.
So we paused the movie and I was like, hey, I don't know if I want to continue watching this.
Right, yeah.
I this is like really. This is so dark. I feel horrible. And then, we decided to watch the whole movie, and it was one of the best horror movies I had ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It wasn't like jumpy scared. I was scared to the bone.
Yeah.
And I went to bed, and I was so scared.
I remember thinking in that head scene
Shout out Alex Wolff.
because
Yeah.
Great job.
yeah, like when he goes and just lays in his bed.
Oh my
just, like
God.
sleepless, like just sleeplessly. I was like, this is true horror.
That's like real.
Because like yeah, imagine thinking about that and like just laying in your bed like my mom's gonna find my headless sister tomorrow.
And then it cuts to black,
and
and,
the-
all
I-
you hear is the shriek.
I know it's just
she
like a
kills
little
it too.
too
Yeah.
real.
What is her name?
Tony
The mom?
Collette.
Oh man,
that's her
Toni
actual
Collette. That's her name.
Yeah.
She's so good in that movie.
Oh yeah,
The dad's
incredible.
good. Everybody's
They're all
great.
Everyone's
it's very well casted.
Anyway, back to the
true.
story. Yeah, a horribly dark movie, but very well done.
Yeah, extremely well done.
Yeah.
I liked his other movie too, which you didn't. Midsummer.
Oh, the directors of the
Yes,
movie.
the directors of the movie.
This is what I think about Midsummer. I, maybe unpopular opinion, I thought it was beautiful. I couldn't take my eyes off the movie the entire time. I thought that there were a few a lot of parts that were weird to be weird, and I think Hereditary made a little more artistic sense, if that makes sense.
That's fair.
Yeah, I feel like there's like some like let's shock value. Let's like make a crazy.
That wasn't even the director's cut, apparently, which I'm very curious to see. There's another cut of the movie.
That's more gruesome.
Yes.
I might that might make more sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I will say once again, extremely well casted.
Beautiful too. And
Yeah,
what's her
Florence.
Florence
She's
is wildly.
amazing.
Yeah, I like Fallen
love
Love
I haven't
with
seen it, but I
her.
believe you
love
guys.
her.
We did. We were just like,
You didn't
yo,
see it?
I haven't seen Midsummer yet.
You
but
should see it.
You're fine. Don't.
I will.
I know
It's
here.
those are the two movies. They invoke like a special feeling that's not terror. It's not horror. It's like the most uncomfortable feeling you
Right.
can possibly. It's like not. I don't even have a description for
It's-
it.
Am I gonna feel like how I felt?
Yes.
I don't know if I want to watch it.
Do you remember when we left and I said I feel unbelievably high right now?
Yeah.
I literally felt.
Yeah.
I felt high as I left the theater, well, dude. Spoiler alert! In 3, 2, 1, the things on the screen. You're watching someone talk like in a scene. Everything around them is going like this a little bit
Because I
on
think they're
purpose?
all high in the movie.
because they're all on like
yeah.
some sort of drug in the movie.
Oh, okay.
But you don't really notice it until you like look at it, and then you leave the theater and you're just like
It feels like we're on a
disoriented.
boat.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people said that on Twitter because I wanted to see if I was the only one, and everybody was feeling like that. It's crazy. We all felt high, and we were just like walking all like slow.
Do you guys like haunted houses?
Yeah.
Scary
Oh, I
stuff.
love haunted houses. Yeah. I'm scared of them, but I love them.
When have you done a haunted house?
A haunted house, like walk through it.
Yeah.
We have one of the top ones in the world in Ohio. It's not quite in Columbus. It's about 45 minutes out. It's called the Haunted Hoochie. Do you know it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's really, really
Then
bad.
why didn't you go with me when we went to Not Scary Farm?
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
You didn't go with me.
I actually don't know. We didn't end up going. Yeah, I should have.
I love haunted houses.
Yeah.
They scare me. But I also, going back to like scary movies scare me, but
It was also only us two. I love when there's a group of people.
I love the camaraderie. That's the best part about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, like pushing each other into the people and
Dude,
stuff.
I used to...
No,
Sorry,
you
go ahead.
you go.
I was gonna... So, you know, like Cedar Point Hollow Weekends, Spencer?
Oh yeah.
So we used to do like a trip every year. That's like where my family's from, so we just stay at my family's house and stuff.
In Northern Ohio, there's this theme park called Cedar Point. It's like the biggest roller coaster in the world.
I think country, yeah.
It's called the Top Thrill Dragster. It goes straight up, straight down. It's the tallest one.
But you blast off like at an incredible. You go like 0 to 130 in like 4 seconds or something.
It's pretty
horrible
crazy.
like that.
And he goes, it's really intense. Anyway, it's a giant theme park, and they have this
and
Hollow
then
Weekends thing.
Right. And Halloween they like change everything, and they change some of the rides into haunted houses and they have, like, haunted walks and stuff. But I used to like plan and have all the guys and a couple friends and stuff like that go up there. But there's two things. I don't like roller coasters at all. Like I just get really bad motion sickness, so like, I have a really hard time with it. And then I love like the camaraderie of going to a haunted house, but as soon as I get there, I'm
Are
off
you
the
the
deep
squealer?
end. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be the squealer.
Every time we would plan it, they'd be like, "Why are you planning this? You don't like roller coasters and you don't like going into the haunted houses." But I do like. I mean, but we would stand in line and I'd be so jacked up, like
Oh,
I'm so
I get the
excited, like
feeling
this is
right
so
now.
great, and then I would get to the front door. I'm
Exciting.
like, "This
It's
is it!"
such a
Like
rush.
I really made a mistake this one time. It just was really weird. But in front of me, there was like a dad and like probably like a 5 or 6 year old. And these
Ugh.
haunted houses are scary.
Why
Like,
would you do it?
And that's what I'm. And then, so like the whole time I'm
Yeah.
thinking
I
like,
hate to see it.
this is not a good idea. Like this is bad. So of course they get in there. The kid is crying immediately, which was just like it was just weird. Like just
Yeah.
gave the weird vibe. So the kid's crying. Maybe he was older than that. Maybe like 7 or 8 or something.
Still, if you're crying, like
No, like
should
but
you-
still super little. So this was my lowest moment in a haunted house. Is that I'm like walking through it. There's this 8-year-old like bawling in front of me, and then I get scared, scream completely involuntary, like a million obscenities, and then I just scream, and then I hear the kids stop crying and go and laugh at me, like getting scared, and I'm like, well, that was it. Like the 8-year-old that was bawling his eyes out is now
Just
making
laughing at
fun of
you
me.
for being a little bitch.
Yeah, and like,
It's funny.
and that was that.
That's so funny.
We need to go to a haunted house out here.
Yeah.
I guess we have
Yeah.
months to wait.
I feel like I'm always gone around Halloween.
yeah, you are.
That's always like what happens. Yeah, because last time I spent Halloween out here, I mean, well, no, 2 years ago. I don't remember.
Yeah, you're always you're in Atlanta, I think a couple of years, I think Nashville one year.
It was Montreal last year.
Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween's fun in LA. They have like the haunted hayride that we've done before. There's a Halloween weekend. The parties in LA are off the like everybody's at a party. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think I went to one. Can't remember.
Yeah, there are a bunch.
Halloween?
Halloween party. Yeah.
We were gonna go to a couple, but I left on Halloween to go visit her in Montreal. Yeah, that's right. I left on the 31st.
No.
Yeah.
I remember what I was doing on the 31st, and you were not in my plans.
I think unless I got there really late.
No.
Okay, then I left on the 1st.
The next day, maybe.
But I think what it was, like, we were going to go out on Halloween, and then I had to take a 7 a.m. flight, so I decided not to.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah, during this quarantine, we've been watching pretty much a movie a night. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people that are watching, like, 2-3 movies a night. We should watch a horror movie tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we had, like, the crew here. That'd be fun to have a crew. I love, like, watching a horror movie with a crew.
Yeah, no, it's more fun.
Yeah. We could hit up friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have friends, I think.
But I think a horror movie's in the cards tonight.
I mean, we're talking about it.
After talking about it, it's getting
and I'm
me
all
excited.
jazzed up about it.
Ugh.
Do we want to go live on IG?
Sure.
Do a little
do it.
live portion.
Here, you hold this.
Hello. Hi. How are you? Thank you so much for listening to Wins Lunch, exclusively the only podcast done on a balcony. It's just science, guys. We've looked it up everywhere. It's true. That's why you hear planes, helicopters, people screaming, all the above. Hey, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or the podcast app, screw me and just keep listening.
I had a question earlier that I forgot to ask until now.
Shoot.
How was your relationship with Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito's super cool.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice because we actually got to work with the Dannys versus like being
Danny
in
Glover.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Because everyone else, we were in different parts of the world and reality. So we were actually in the scenes with them. So that was really cool. They were just like fun and happy to be there. And I think they enjoyed hanging out with us too because we were like the young, cool kids.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool. One of my favorite movies of all time is Angels in the Outfield.
That's a great movie.
Starring Danny Glover.
That's really not what I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say like Lethal Weapon or something like that.
No, dude. Angels in the Outfield was one of my like.
Which one was that one? Is that the one?
That's where they're literally like playing for the Angels, and then the guy
movie, right?
Yeah, it's from like 1993, and the kid like prays like. The dad says, "If the Angels win the pennant, I'll
That's
adopt
right.
you."
Yeah.
So he like prays to God, and the Angels come, and they literally like help the players back,
Right.
and like it's pretty funny, but it's really like
awesome.
heartwarming. The Sandlot, the Goonies, and stuff.
Sandlot.
Mm-hmm.
So those movies, right? They're all like. This goes back to what you were talking about earlier. They're all, 12-year-old, 15-year-old, like boys leading the way. That's what I think is so cool about what you were saying about Harry Potter. Is Hermione was one of the first people ever to be like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know, like literally, like as an
Movies were so
11-year-old,
big,
she was
too.
like, I'm fucking
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like the only other girls in movies I watch, like the Goonies, like you have Andy, who's kind of like
Yeah, but it's
the
always
damsel in distress.
Right.
But it was like still iconic, but still just like Hermione
still
was
a badass.
Hermione was very specific as far as
She
her
was just
character.
you're right. She was like, it was the first that I
Yeah,
know
and I mean,
of.
like, because I was probably, I was a little younger than her, so I think she was 11, and I was probably like 9 or 10, 8.
Right.
So it was just really cool. I
I
loved
thought you were
her.
going to say every age. 9, 10, 8,
11,
7.
6, 4.
Should we check out these?
Let's look. Favorite TV show right now, guys.
Right now?
Yes. Also, Jack Mudd says, my question is a bunch of hearts.
Aw,
Nice.
Which was not
That's
a good
very
question,
sweet.
Jack.
you idiot.
Right now, favorite TV show? I feel like we haven't watched any television. It's been bad.
Mine is
Netflix or anything?
Mine
yeah?
is The Office right now.
Yeah, it can be
For
The
sure.
Office or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's it.
Mine?
I don't know. What have you been watching?
Well, my all-time favorite has been, like, Handmaid's Tale, but they're not, like...
Oh, it's Friends.
Well, that's like of all time.
My
in
all-time
life.
favorite, but
They
my
said-
all-time.
They said favorite right now.
Yeah. What are you watching right,
Right
now?
now is The Office for me. What about you?
Right now, The Office is the only thing I'm watching.
Cool.
That's great. What am I watching right now? I just finished Altered Carbon. Have you guys watched that at all?
No.
Didn't look good to me.
It's great.
Is
it's
it?
like it's very heady and like drama filled, but if you're like in the mood for like a good like futuristic drama. it's good.
Atypical. I just finished again. I forgot about
Oh,
that
you
one.
loved
I loved
Atypical.
Atypical. They're
Yeah.
going for one more season. I'm really excited.
Cool.
Yeah. Question 2.
Give us some more.
Good lord. What's your biggest fears? Just jump in right to it. What is your biggest fear or fears?
Just start us off.
Let's go easy and then work into the dark stuff. I'm really scared of bees.
Okay.
I'm really scared of needles.
Bees or wasps or both?
Both, anything. It's like a childhood fear of
It's
mine.
like flying, stinging
Yeah.
things.
Like I will scream and run.
Oh, wow.
Failure.
You're like, let's start easy and then get to the dark stuff. It took one time.
You are scared of failure. That's a good answer.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great. This is real. This is real.
This is real.
Coronavirus.
Dude. I feel like I said this the other day. I don't think I have any like tangible fears.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't love to be in like a tub of snakes, but I don't think I would be like I don't think I
That's
would
my,
lose
like,
my I don't think there's anything
You don't
like
lose
that.
your marbles.
My marbles are intact, let me tell you. So they have to be like emotional. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, failure's not great. I'm trying to think. I think like this is so stupid, but I really want to be a dad. And
You're scared
I think-
to not be a dad?
yeah, I think what if I just
You'll be a dad.
yeah, what if I can't?
You'll adopt.
Oh, that's true. What if I can't?
They won't let you. The government won't let you.
Or
Like I don't know
Corona
this
takes
guy
us
have a
all.
baby. I think
There's a lot of steps into being a dad, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty far away from.
well, yeah, you don't need. You wouldn't want to be one anytime
Oh
soon.
god, that'd be the worst.
Yeah.
But
That's a valid fear.
that's just like that seems like yours was like failure is like a heady like real one. I'm just like I hope I can have a kid.
No, I think that's a totally
Yeah.
valid fear. Like
100%.
people just have different priorities, and it's a big priority for you.
I think if I didn't have a child, my mother would maybe murder me.
So are you more scared of your mother or not having
No.
a child?
I didn't actually know that about you. I didn't know. I didn't. I mean, I guess I know that you like babies, but I didn't know that like you wanted so bad to bear your own children.
I very much want to be a dad.
Nice.
But
I do someday too, for sure.
that being said, if I had a child right now, it'd be an unbelievable disaster.
To move back to Northern Ohio.
How would you feel, Spencer?
Horrible.
Surprise!
Horrendous.
When's lunch?
Where's lunch?
Not where's.
You tell us. Where's lunch?
All right, fears. I'm gonna look at the next question while you talk fear.
What, my fear?
Yeah, you haven't
My
said any.
my fear is just it basically is failure, but it's like
There's a lot of questions, guys.
You know, waking up one day when I'm 75, 80 and being like, "Oh my god, I didn't do what I like told myself
Right.
I was going to do, what I wanted to do." Like I never
It's
want
like
that to
wasting
happen.
time.
That's why I like even through all the rough years I never gave up on music is because
Hell yeah.
I could never imagine a world where I didn't know.
Yeah. That was a really great answer.
Yeah.
A quick one before we get to some crazy ones. Like, this is probably for
crazy
you,
ones?
Spencer. Is favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to perform is probably Tell Me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maddie.
My favorite song to perform is
Be for real.
but I don't perform.
But you sing sometimes?
Okay, how about
I
this?
like
If
to
you-
sing July by
Noah
Noah
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Good answer.
Maddie just did a self-tape, an audition, and sang July.
Really?
And it was very, very, very good.
Maddie.
No.
She can sing very well. Go ahead.
Oh, I gotta think.
What is your favorite one to play?
Tell Me is really fun. Sweater's always fun because it's the last one. And,
I know,
and it
it's
has
always
the
so loud.
outro, and it's just everyone's in. Yeah, I'd probably go with Sweater for sure, just
Nice.
because everyone's in, and there's an outro,
a good
and all
one.
the craziness.
Give us some crazy questions. Did you find any?
Well, there's just like some serious questions. So if we want to jump into like serious land.
Yeah, we can do any of
Let's
them.
get dark.
So the serious question is, how do any of you guys overcome nerves when either performing on stage or going in for an audition?
Ooh,
How do you overcome nerves?
I feel like we have very different answers.
Maybe.
I don't know. Let's
you
find
go.
out. My nerves never go away after like 7 years. You think they would, and they don't. I still like almost crap myself every time I go into an audition. And the further along you get, the more you want to crap yourself. Like producers and I don't know. First day of work is always terrifying. I feel like for me, I just suck it up. Honestly, that's like the only thing.
Yeah.
But
You just have to do it.
Yeah. But do you even get nervous anymore?
Yeah, definitely for like weird stuff, like not even for like shows anymore, but for the first arena show, because there's so many. It's more than a concert venue. It's like a thing. And I remember like I was supposed to sing a national anthem at an NBA game that's not happening anymore, and I was nervous about that because it's so large and there's like a lot of like moving parts about like like you can't take your in-ears out, you can't do any of this stuff, and for that stuff I get nervous. But I would say I suck it up, or I over prep. Like I'm months in advance. I'm like writing my set list and my intros and stuff.
Yep.
And a lot of artists never do that. So I just over prepare so that I'm like,
Even
clearly.
if you're nervous, you can't fail.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
you
If
have
I'm
a
like
safety
freaking
net.
out, I'm
That's
like,
smart.
I can look down and see what I wrote down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I should answer it.
if you want.
No, I think the over prep thing is total. I remember back in college, like when I'm giving recitals or like things like that, like just the thing I told myself is that it was like I don't want there to be any doubt when I leave the practice room that like I will nail this. And
Yeah, you just
like
you
if
still do. You play for hours every day.
Yeah, I mean that's same like for the
We have no shows in the
for the
foreseeable future.
Troubadour show. Like I obviously we've played these songs a million times, but like I still practice to make sure that it was like I don't want there to be any doubt that like I know this hit in Freaking Out's coming up. You know, I don't want to have to like think like, oh no, is this where the hit is kind of thing. You know,
For sure, that's why I
Just
hire
like-
you every show,
see, you heard it here first.
because he's prepared and good.
Well, on another note, though,
yeah, guys.
I feel like I give my best performance when I am less rehearsed and prepared. So there's like another sense of like, I really hope this goes well. And
There's a place for that. For
a
sure.
lot of people might even disagree with it, but I know personally my best performances come when I'm not fully
For sure.
prepared. Prepared is the wrong word. Fully rehearsed. I'm always prepared.
I definitely have that sometimes. Just
Yeah.
like there's like parts.
Yeah, I think there's a level of like,
Freestyle
what do you
and
have
stuff.
to lose kind of thing where you just
Yeah,
are
Right.
like-
but the
You
difference
just
for
kill
me
it.
is I get to do a take over and over and over. You guys have it's live.
oh, I see.
You go and that's what you get.
Right.
Hope you don't mess up.
Should we do one more?
Yeah, let's look and see.
Pick a good one.
If you could live the life of any character in any movie or show, who would you pick?
Easy, Harry Potter. I want to go to Hogwarts.
You want
gonna
to
play
be
Harry Potter?
I want to be the chosen one.
You don't want to be Hermione?
I just want to die for all of my friends and come back and save everyone.
Fair.
I love that. I think everyone else would be like, I want to do spells and like do stuff, and you're like, I want to die for my friends. Come back. That's a great answer.
What about you?
Dude, I don't know. I have to think about it.
Mine's Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future. Marty McFly. Not Michael J. Fox, Marty McFly.
Parkinson's. Ooh.
Yikes.
Sorry.
Or any Elvis movie ever. I just want to be
Yeah.
the Elvis character
Yeah.
because he's like a race car driver who has 4 girlfriends. And just has a
Yeah.
whatever he
Harry
wants.
Potter is like, I mean, being a wizard would be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
It would
like-
be really, really cool.
I just Hogwarts and like the magical world
And
is
that for us is like such like a kid whimsy thing. Like we grew up
For sure.
like being kids, like going to high school and being like, I would love if I was going to Hogwarts.
I
right
waited
now,
for
but-
my owl when I turned 12.
Waited for Hagrid to bust down your door, and he never
Yeah.
did.
Man, that's a good answer.
I'll have to think about it.
Yeah.
I'll report back. All right, here. Let's do one more. This is kind of a serious one, but if you were in a bad mood, do you prefer to be alone or have someone to cheer you up?
Alone.
Ooh.
Cheer me up.
Reasons?
Well, it depends on how severe my bad mood is,
Mm-hmm.
but there are some times where I pass the point of no return and I need to I will bring everyone down with me. And I
Oh,
know
I
that.
see.
So I
Yeah.
choose to be alone to protect other people.
Maddie's hitting us with the real serious answers.
That's why we had her on, is because she's the realist.
It's true.
Serious black.
What about you? Would you rather be by yourself or?
I think it's circumstantial. Which is such a dumb answer.
Well,
but
it's all of our answer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I'm the same thing where it's like I'm not a useful human right now, so like being around people is just not gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be better for everybody if they're not dealing with me.
Totally.
But also like I also think it's easy when you're in a bad mood to sort of like immaturely wallow in your own sadness, and like where you almost are like you find that comfort, or like you find the like you know what I'm saying, like when you're like, oh, like you feel like the woe is me, like, and then you're like, yeah, I'm sad, and like you just kind of get in it, and then you don't it's hard for you to accept people's help, I think.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say. So like when you're in those moods, I think it's better to like have people around, because it's easier to lift your mood if you're in like this rejecting state of sadness. That was really rough.
No, but I know.
That was the longest answer I've ever heard you say in my life. But it was worth it.
I came more from
don't
a
know if it
point
was,
of
but-
anger.
Oh, okay.
Sadness is a different answer for me.
Okay. What's your sadness answer then?
I need people.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are good for sadness. Sometimes you don't even think that you want them or need them, but you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of what my point was, that my insanely long-winded point was exactly what I was trying to say. Is
You're
that
like, I'm sad, and then I'm like, I'm not.
so rough?
But it makes sense. It
I was
does.
just trying
It
to
really
say
does.
that I think it's easy to shut down, and you should invite people into your life when you want to shut down, is all I was trying to say.
And it helps.
And it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because people are more willing to help than I think anyone thinks they are.
Dude, everybody wants to make someone feel better. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like, it's human nature. Like, everybody likes to give rather than get, for the most part.
Absolutely.
You know? Deep down, I think.
For the most part,
I
yeah.
really think everybody's good deep down, and they lose themselves along the way. Some people do.
Sure.
But I fucking love to give gifts, and more than I love to get them.
Yeah.
My favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. Well, that's the other side of it too, is that it makes people feel good, helping people feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So like letting those people in, they're feeling good because they're helping you. You're feeling better because they're helping you.
Well, we've covered deep conversations. We've covered a lot of Harry Potter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We've covered Jumanji, the next level.
Ooh.
We've covered Annabelle, Goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's countless movies that we could talk about, but
Let the record show that Maddie said she wants to be Harry Potter so she could die for her friends.
yes,
And come back.
which is a good reason. It's a great reason.
It's a great reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone
should
just
feel
wants
good
to
about
do
that
spells
I
or
just
like
want to
play
hear
Quidditch.
Voldemort go, "Oh, Father." That's all I want in life.
His flat nose.
Did you know Voldemort is the dude in Grand Budapest Hotel?
Yes.
I didn't know that till the other
Ralph
day.
Fiends
He's
or
a-
Fiends.
Is that his
He's a
name?
great actor.
Crazy.
One last thing. One word to describe your mood today. Go.
Ooh.
Rough.
Okay. I can do this.
You gotta think sometimes.
I know. Productive.
Awesome. I'll say my word is. I hate to give another of the same answer, but I think thoughtful.
That's great. If your mood's that, then your mood's that.
Yeah.
And we'll say you made my day better.
Yes.
Awesome. We love making days better.
That's what When's Lunch is about.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
That's all we got, I think.
Maddie, thank you for being on
What do you
When's
think?
Lunch.
Got anything to plug? Your socials?
Madison Iseman.
Exactly.
That's all they are. Follow me on TikTok.
Oh,
Oh.
Maddie's blowing up on TikTok. Big
Oh,
time.
Lord. Let's go make some TikToks.
Okay.
We're gonna say, me and him are gonna say when's lunch, and then you're gonna say you tell us. Ready? When's
When's lunch?
You tell us.
Nailed it.
See you guys later.
When's lunch? When's lunch? When's lunch? Oh no.